Hey guys, it's your international student guide here, and I am so sorry for being MIA for so long. There's been so many things going on that I really haven't had time to do a lot of recording. I've moved into a new apartment, as you guys can see. I went back home to the Bahamas to visit. I got to see family and friends and eat a lot of really good food. But now I'm back and I'm more motivated than ever to give you guys really consistent content. So today I'm going to talk about large companies versus small and why I prefer working for a smaller company. So the first company I worked for was subcontracted by a larger company, and that larger company was actually the #1 place to work for in the technology field. So like they are well developed, they have a well-defined product. And so I had the experience of being a part of that company, even though I wasn't the traditional employee. I didn't get all of the benefits, but I was aware of it. I saw the perks and the environment, and it was amazing. It was well structured. You had opportunities to either move lateral or vertical higher up in your career path, or just switch in and out if you wanted to. So working there was great. They had perks like free food, they got to play a lot of games, a lot of activities, which really didn't happen with the smaller company that I'm currently working with. The first company I worked for, it was about a year. I'm hitting a year mark next month with my current company, and it's very small. It's less than 20 employees in total, including the president, but it's a lot more laid back as well. I also have a more interpersonal connection with everyone, including the president, so my impact is greater appreciated, if that makes sense. The responsibilities from different roles are also intersected, and it's a lot less defined, like what each role is, if that makes sense. So I could possibly communicate with customer service, which if you are in a large corporation, that rarely happens. Like you have someone dedicated to do that, which we also do, but there is an off chance that I may intervene and communicate with them. And even on the development side, with actually working, like I do a little bit of everything, and that's great for my experience. Like I don't want to be segregated into this one particular field so early on in my career. So it's really great for resume building and career building and refining my skills and being exposed to new opportunities, because it's not a well-defined environment. Like I don't have to go through a chain of order to have certain things done. So for immigration purposes, for an example, sponsorship, as long as the company values me, then more than likely they'd be willing to sponsor. Compared to a larger corporation where they have a defined process, even if the company were willing to sponsor you, they have their own policies and regulation in place that they have to adhere to. So it's much more complicated and competitive almost, because you have to compete within internal applicants. So that's something that I weighed in. So maybe later on in my career, I might want to work for Google or a larger corporation. But for right now, I'm more focused on my gaining as much diverse experience as possible, that and trying to obtain a permanent status here in the US. And for me, in my personal experience, I found that working with smaller companies are more likely to do it, even if the companies don't know about it or are reluctant to. And oftentimes that's because they're ill-informed or uninformed about the entire process. And that's where you come in. You need to educate yourself on immigration, the process, the steps of actually applying for sponsorship. And once you do that, you can, during the interviews, and because it's a smaller company, you're most likely going to talk to people that are in charge and get to make those decisions. And so once they like you enough and they bring you on board, they already have that in the back of their head, and that could be a possibility. And so once you are able to prove your value, it's a much easier step rather than having to climb this chain in a larger corporation. So one of the drawbacks though is the salary. I had the opportunity of taking another job in Denver, Colorado for the same position, but the pay was a lot more handsome, but the opportunity of sponsorship was not there. And even if it was, there's like a certain workflow that you have to go through and a certain level of seniorship that you have to attain before they're willing to sponsor you. So for me, it was a no-brainer, and I got to stay close to my fiance. So like, your reasoning as to which company you choose, it really depends. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just whichever suits you best for you at the time. You know, you might already have taken a bunch of internships, and so you're more than qualified for a junior or entry level, and you may even be good enough to get a senior position. And so you might want to think about a larger corporation and just seek out your best options. But for me, and my lack of experience and really my hunger to just refine my skills and get that status, I found that working with smaller companies is a easier avenue rather than larger ones. That's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'm definitely going to be uploading more videos on a more consistent and frequent basis, so please stay tuned. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell, because if you don't, what's going to happen is you won't be notified of my latest uploads, and you have to specifically hit the all option, or else the way that YouTube is set up now, you won't see it. You won't see my latest uploads. But that's it. Thanks, guys.